Hello everyone, this is Professor Rekha Kutwal. We are studying database management system. So our today's topic is data models. So data model is the important concept of DBMS. Why data model is used in DBMS? See, data models actually represents how your data is organized in the database. Or you can say that it is just a blueprint of organizing data in the database. So there are various types of data models like record based model, entity relationship model. We will see every type one by one. Or you can say that the DBMS, a data model, is a conceptual framework that defines the structure, organization and relationship among data. So it defines how your data will be organized in the database. So these are the categories of data models. The first category is record-based model. So it includes relational model, network model, and hierarchical model. So record-based model is basically it is used to specify the overall logical structure of the database, and each record type defines a fixed number of fields having a fixed length. So it includes relational model. So relational model is very important type of model. So this is also known as RDBMS. R stands for Relational Database Management System. So this model organizes data in two-dimensional tables, and these tables are also known as relations. There can be multiple relations or multiple tables in your database. Now, generally the table is a collection of number of rows and columns, right? So every column of the table is known as attribute, or it is also known as field, and every record or row of the table is called as record or tuple. So here is an example. The columns of the table are called as attributes, and rows of the table are known as tuples or records. Now, see, you have to remember table is also known as relation, columns are also known as attributes or fields, and rows are also known as tuples or records. So these are the technical terms. Now, here is an example of RDBMS. The table or relation you can see here. Customer information is there in this table. There are three attributes. That means there are three columns in this table: customer ID, customer name, and status. So every row of the table is called as record. So here in this example, you can see there are three records: 1, 2, and 3. So every column or every attribute will have some specific value. For example, customer ID is your column or attribute. It will have values like 1, 2, 3. So these 1, 2, 3 are known as domain. Or you can define the domain like value defined for the attribute. Now second category is network model. Network is nothing but the connection between nodes, right? So here in this model, some entities can be accessed through several paths. So it will contain information about connectivity, relationships among nodes and links. So here you can see four entities are there: department, courses, students, and professors. So these entities are interrelated to each other, and the relationship is shown by the links. So this is your network model. Now hierarchical model is there. In hierarchical model, hierarchy is nothing but the tree like structure, right? When your data is organized in tree like structure, this is called as hierarchical model. We'll see an example. See, Here in this hierarchy, tree-like structure, we can see one root node is there and some child nodes are there. So here, college is your root node. It is further divided into department and infrastructure. Department is further divided into courses, teachers, and students. Course is again subdivided into theory and labs. So this is tree-like structure. When your data is represented in such a fashion, it is called as hierarchical model. Now the very important category of data model is entity relationship model. This is also called as ER model. Now the question is that what is entity and what is relationship? Why there is a need of this ER model? See, entity is nothing but any real world object, or you can say that anything that exists in the real world, that is called as entity. For example, college, student, teacher, bed, fan, laptop, bank account, everything that exists in the real world is nothing but your entity. Now, this ER model defines the conceptual view of the database. When many entities are there and these entities are related to each other, and that relationship is represented with the help of this ER model. Now there are some core concepts for this ER model. Number one is what is entity. Number two is what is attribute. Number three is what is the relationship. We will see one by one. Entity is nothing but the real world object that has independent existence, right? Now, see, every entity will have some information, right? For example, if I take an example of student is my entity. This student entity will have some information like student roll number, student address, student phone number, student name, student marks. So everything about student is nothing but attribute. So the information about entity is known as attribute. Now, when we represent many entities and we show the relationship among these entities, that is called as ER model. In this example, we will see there are two entities, student and college. See, while representing this ER model, we have some specific symbols. For example, entity is represented by rectangle symbol. Attributes are represented by this oval shape, and the relationship is represented by the diamond shape. So here there are two entities, student and college. So we have represented it in this rectangle. Now student entity will have some information that will become the attribute like student ID, student name, student address. So we'll put all these attributes in this ellipse shape, oval shape. Likewise, college entity will have some attributes like college ID and college name. So now we have defined entities and their attributes. Now just it's time to show the relationship among these two entities. How they are related? That is your relationship. Student and college. See, student study in college, right? So study in is the relationship among this student and college. So this is how we represent ER model, entity relationship model. Thank you very much. For more videos, stay tuned with my channel Study Vista, and you can subscribe to my channel for the more videos. Thank you.